Android application package. Android application package or APK is the file format for distributing and installing applications on the Android operating system. An APK file provides all the files and resources necessary for running Android app on mobile device. It is a compressed archive file containing code, resources, and assets such as images, sounds, and videos required for an Android application. To create an APK file, Android developers must first compile their source code into executable form before packaging all relevant resources into an APK using Android Studio or other tools supporting the format. The APK file can be digitally signed to ensure its authenticity and integrity. APK components. APK files are made up of different components or files, namely smali files, classes, dex, resources, ARSC, and Android manifest.xml. Smali file. A smali file is a format commonly used in Android development that contains the assembly-like code corresponding to an Android application's compiled bytecode. It is a text file containing the bytecode in a Dalvik executable format that runs on ART, the runtime environment used by Android. The Android SDK tools generate these files during the build process of an Android application. They represent the application's bytecode, the low-level code the ART executes. Smali files are generally too complex and hard to read for developers to edit directly. Developers rely on higher-level programming languages such as Java or Kotlin to write Android applications before trusting in Android SDK tools to generate smali files as a part of the build process. Classes.dex. The classes.dex file is a critical component of an Android application as it contains the code executed by the ART. It is typically located in the classes or dex subdirectory of the APK file, the format used to distribute and install Android applications. When an Android application is built, the Java code is first compiled into Java bytecode, then converted to Dex bytecode using the DX tool that is a part of the Android SDK. The resulting classes.dex file contains all the classes and methods of the application in a compact binary format optimized for the ART. Resources ARSC is a binary file in the Android operating system that contains compiled resources of an Android application. It stands for Android Resources Compiled and is generated during the build process of an Android application. ARSC file is typically located in the resources or res directory of an Android application's APK file. Android manifest.xml file. Android manifest.xml file is an essential file in the Android operating system that provides important information about an Android application. It contains the metadata and configuration information the Android operating system needs to install, launch, and manage the application correctly. The file contains various elements that define the application's package name, version code, version name, permissions, activities, services, broadcast receivers, content providers, and more. It also specifies the minimum and target versions of Android that the application supports. Conclusion. When an APK file is installed on an Android device, the operating system extracts and installs its components to appropriate locations. The Android runtime executes the compiled code and the resources are used to provide the user interface and functionality of the application. Understanding the composition of an APK file is essential for Android developers and security analysts who perform tasks such as reverse engineering, analyzing the application behavior, or verifying the integrity of an application before installation.